little mini-series of Copilot and Microsoft 365 applications. Today we are having a deep dive into Word. So for the first video, we're going to look into the summary capabilities of Copilot in Microsoft 365 Word. And right away on this document, a old CipherGuard Sentinel proposal. On this open document, we can see above the header of the document that there actually is already a summary made by Copilot. And if we say view more, it's going to work a little bit on it in the background and then give us an overview of what we have in this document by having Copilot as a license activated and this document open. We have the possibility to get an audio overview to read back of what we have over here and also do some fine-tuning to the overview that we have over here by making it more brief or more detailed. By default, it's usually on standard with like a medium length, I would say. We can, of course, copy this summary and paste it elsewhere wherever we might need it, or further summarize this doc in any fashion or manner we seem fit with Copilot. What we also can do, if we are not that prone to using the summary function on the header, is open Copilot on the sidebar as we know, and then go into summarizing the document. So I could just use the starter prompt, summarize this doc, because this doc is in English and so is the language that I'm conversing in. With Copilot, if I would want a different language for Copilot to use for the summary, say German, I would just type a German prompt and then I would get a different language proposal. What I can do from here is also change the way that the summary is being displayed and summarized for myself over here. For instance, I can tell it to summarize it in 5 points or less. So please summarize this document in 5 points. Because it's a quite long document and Copilot has to think of what aspects are really to be considered if we only have 5 generic points to put together, it might take some time. And obviously, as we all know, with Copilot, we're always getting all the citations of pieces of information that it will have found and says to have found in the document. So we always have the possibility to go back and check on whether it has actually provided to us what we want and what we need. This has been a quite quick feat. If we then want to also change anything or want to know more about the document, we can use the prompts that are given to us in specific over here to investigate and understand this document even further. If we're not satisfied with the prompt that we have given, we can just refresh over here in order to get a new idea of what kind of input I could ask for. Another function that I would like to share with you is obviously then using Summarize in order to complete this document. What we can do over here with the Copilot within the document is drafting with Copilot, which will enable me to create text and passages or even change passages if I would have chosen one that has already some content. And what I want to do over here is creating an executive summary for this document. So I not only have Copilot for myself in order to get an understanding of the entire document, I can also use it in order to create an executive summary for someone that might not have Copilot on their hand to see what the gist of this document is. Or otherwise, I might be prone to export this Word document into a PDF format, and then the other person might not have Copilot to use in Word in order to analyze what is happening over here. So an executive summary is a good step to give them a little heads up on what's happening down there in the contents of the document. I can further change my executive summary the way I see fit. Give more details. I'm not even giving it any specific instruction or any specific input whatsoever, and let Copilot just do its thing. If I am not satisfied with this version of it, I can always jump back into the previous version, obviously, or give it any further prompts. If I feel like my prompt was on point, but I'm still not satisfied with the result, I can use this button here in order to regenerate, because every instance of the same prompt will yield a different kind of result every time. And if I am not fully satisfied with what's happening over here, again, I can just go over the versions or even give it further instructions. After seeing the way it progresses over here and gets longer and longer and longer, once it stops regenerating, I am very much prone to jumping to the first version and saying that has been quite fantastic. It's been short, it's giving the gist, and then I'm keeping it and making it part of the document. So this is a good way in order to interact and understand your document right away from the beginning without really having to read it